Today we will learn about cube and some interesting patterns related to them. In the previous session, we learned about power and base. We learned that if a number a is multiplied by itself m times, we represent this multiplication as a to the power of m. Now look at the number 8. If we multiply 2 3 times by itself, we get the number 8. Therefore, we can express 8 as 2 to the power of 3. We read this as cube of 2, which has the value 8. Here 8 is a number that is obtained by multiplying number 2 3 times by itself. We call such a number as cube number or a perfect cube. You must have also heard the term cube in geometry. Do you remember that if an object has 3 equal dimensions, that is, if the length, width, and height of a solid shape are equal, then we call it a cube. For example, a cube with 1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter width, and 1 centimeter height is shown here. Just imagine if you're given 8 cubes of 1 centimeter in length, 1 centimeter width, and 1 centimeter height. Can you make a big cube using them? Give it a try. Absolutely right. With this, you can make a complete cube. This is why we call 8 and all similar numbers as cubes. Now, try to answer this. Is 9 a cube number? You got it right. Here, we are getting 9 by multiplying 3 by itself only 2 times. So, we cannot call it a cube. Yes, if we multiply 3 one more time, then the number obtained is 27, which is a cube number. You can make a cube by using 27 cubes, which are 1 centimeter in height, 1 centimeter in length, and 1 centimeter in width, and establish that this number is a perfect cube. Cube of numbers from 1 to 20 are shown here. Try to learn them as they are very useful in mathematics. As you can see, the number 1 is an odd number, and if we look at its cube, that is also an odd number. Similarly, you can see that 2 is an even number and its cube is also an even number. Is this true for all numbers and their cubes? You can stop the video and find out. You will find that the cubes of even numbers are even and the cubes of odd numbers are odd. Similarly, you can also see that if the digits in the units place in a number is 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 or 9, then the digit in the units place of its cube is also the same. If the digit in the units place of the number is 2, then the digit in the units place of its cube is 8. And if the digit in the units place of the number is 8, then the digit in the units place of its cube is 2. Is this also true in terms of 3 and 7? Pause the video and find it for yourself. Now, you can now find out which digit will be in the units place of the cube of a number by looking at the digit in the units place of the number itself. Now let us learn how to find out if a number is a perfect cube or not. It is very easy. Suppose we have to find out whether 216 is a perfect cube or not. For this, we have to do prime factorization of 216. In this method, we divide the number by prime numbers until we get a prime number or 1. Like here, we will divide 216 by 2, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 3 respectively. Now we can write 216 as 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, which we can write as 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3. There is also a rule in the laws of exponents: a to the power of m multiplied by b to the power of m is equal to a multiplied by b to the power of m. Using this rule, we can write 2 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3 here, which would mean 6 to the power of 3. Since we can write 216 as the cube of a whole number 6, 216 is a perfect cube. You should also understand one more point. If the power of all the prime factors of a number is 3 or a multiple of 3, that is, if we divide all the prime factors into groups of 3, only then that number will be a perfect cube. Now let's talk about 1372. Its prime factorization can be done in such a way that we know that 1372 is equal to 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7, which we can write as 2 to the power of 2 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3. Now here we can see that the power of one factor is 3, but the power of the other is 2. Since the power of all factors is not 3, we cannot call 1372 a perfect cube. Can you tell what can we do to convert it into a perfect cube? Think for a while. Of course, we have to multiply 1372 by 2 to get the number 2744. So now the power of 2 becomes 3, and we can express the factors 2 to the power of 3 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3 as 2 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3, or 14 to the power of 3. Therefore, the number obtained 2744 is a perfect cube. Now look at the given pattern. Here you can see that the sum of consecutive odd numbers is a perfect cube. Isn't this interesting? Now proceed with this pattern by yourself. By now, you must have understood many interesting facts about cube. So today, we learned about cubes and some interesting patterns related to them. In the next video, we will see some more examples related to them. Today we will see some examples of cubes and their patterns. Is 27,783 a perfect cube? If not, which is the smallest natural number by which it should be multiplied to make it a perfect cube? Let's find out whether 27,783 is a perfect cube or not. For this, we have to do the prime factorization of 27,783. In this method, we divide the given number by prime numbers until we get a prime number or 1. Like here, we will divide 27,783 by 3, 3, 3, 3, 7, 7 and 7 respectively. Now we can write 27,783 as 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. Therefore, we can write this as 3 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3. Is the power of all factors 3 here? No, here the power of one prime factor 3 is not 3. Since all prime factors of 27,783 do not have the power of 3, or all factors cannot be expressed as cubes, we can say that 27,783 is not a perfect cube. So can you guess which natural number do we have to multiply it with to make it a perfect cube? Think for a while. You got it. We have to multiply 3 multiplied by 3 with these factors so that we can express this 3 as 3 to the power of 3. So now we can write it as 3 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3. Since all factors are now represented as cubes, we can say that the number obtained from 27,783 multiplied by 3 into 3 will be a cube. That is, if we multiply 27,783 by 9, we get a perfect cube. Example 2. Is 1715 perfect cube? If not, which is the smallest natural number with which it should be divided to make it a perfect cube? First, let's find out if 1715 is a perfect cube or not. For this, we have to do prime factorization of 1715. In this method, we divide the number by prime numbers until we get a prime number or 1. Like here, we will divide 1715 by 5, 7, 7 and 7 respectively. Now we can write 1715 as 5 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 7. We can write this as 5 multiplied by 7 to the power of 3. As you can see, here the power of 7 is definitely 3, but the power of 5 is only 1. Since the power of all factors is not 3 or it is not a multiple of 3, we cannot call 1715 a perfect cube. If we remove 5 from the factors, we will get 7 to the power of 3, which is equal to 343, which is a perfect cube number. Can you find out? How can we remove 5 out of the factors of 1715? Think for a while. Let me tell you. We have to divide 1715 by 5 so that we'll get a perfect cube number, 343. In this way, 5 is the smallest natural number which should divide 1715 in order to get a perfect cube number, that is 343. So today, we saw examples of cubes and their patterns. In the next video, we will see some misconceptions related to them. Today we will see some misconceptions related to cubes and their patterns. Misconception 1. Which of the following statements is correct? A lot of times, children do not have a proper understanding of the cube. In such a situation, they make various kinds of mistakes. For example, some children think that the cube of a number means adding that number 3 times. But this is a misunderstanding. The answer given with this understanding is option 1. This is an incorrect answer. Similarly, some children understand that the cube of a number means multiplying that number by 3. Children with this misconception will choose option 2 as an answer, which is also a wrong answer. Some children are unable to decide whether they have to multiply the number 3 times by itself or multiply 3 by itself as many times as given number. In such a situation, they give option 3 as the answer, which is a wrong answer. The correct understanding is that the cube of a number means multiplying that number 3 times by itself. With this understanding, the correct answer is option 4. Misconception 2. Which of the following statement is correct? Some children are unable to understand the exact meaning of exponents, due to which they make small mistakes in the context of the cube. Some children begin to believe that 18 to the power of 3 is equal to the sum of 10 to the power of 3 and 8 to the power of 3 because the sum of 10 and 8 is 18. But this is a misunderstanding. If we consider the left-hand side, 18 to the power 3 can be written as 18 multiplied by 18 multiplied by 18, which equals to 5832. Similarly, on the right-hand side, 10 to the power of 3, which equals to 10 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 10, is equal to 1000 and 8 to the power of 3 is equal to 8 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 8 is equal to 512. And if we add them both, we get 1512. Do you think both the sides are equal here? Here, 5832 is not equal to 1512. So both sides are not equal. This shows that the first statement is false. This cannot be the answer for the question. Some children think that a number can only be expressed as a cube of its prime factors. In option 2, 6 is not a prime factor. This can also be a reason that children think that the second statement is wrong and the first statement is correct. But this is a misunderstanding. That's why they feel the second option is wrong. Remember, we can write 18 to the power of 3 as follows. We can further factorize it using groups of 2 multiplied by 3. Since 2 multiplied by 3 is equal to 6, we can write it as 6 to the power of 3 multiplied by 3 to the power of 3. So now you must have understood that the second statement is correct and it is the correct answer to the given question. So today we saw some misconceptions related to cubes and their patterns.